Good morning, afternoon or evening. This is a war selection match in which I fight another person who goes Eastern Europe in 1v1s and make sure they know that there can only be one person crazy enough to do that, which is me. It's quite an interesting match, quite a quick one though, so hope you enjoy. So you can see I've scouted his base out now. He's gone for his temple and stonecutter, and I haven't found any fight pits. So I'm not too worried about getting attacked really early from him. But I do queue up a few fight pits, and later on I just decide not to make them. Very intricate base building. Yeah, I decided to build the fight pits just outside my base, but in the end I just don't bother at all. See, I go Europe, as I always do. I build my 16 houses, get my stonecutter down, and split my wood line a little bit because otherwise all my workers are on one, which I do not like. There you go, I have started upgrading my housing, all of them at once as Europe, which is a bit of a really strange feeling. I build a fishing dock and barracks. I start building a fishing dock and barracks. Here I've scouted his base again, and he's building stables. So I start making spearmen, around 20 spearmen. And I decide to wall off as well, just after that, because there's a small choke point and I know his cavalry won't be able to break through my wall easily. So I send 3 workers for now, and I send a few more later because he's already got a few stables up, so he could already attack now with maybe 5 or 6 horsemen and cause some havoc because I don't have any towers. But yeah, I've got a few spearmen to clear animals, and I send another 3 workers to build walls so that I do not die to a horseman attack. You can see he's got his first few horsemen out, and he uses them to kill my poor scout. So he runs up to my wall, is unable to break through because I've got my wall built, and I send my spearmen out to attack his eco. On the way I take out his horsemen quite easily actually, because multiple of my spearmen can attack one horseman, seeing as the entities are much larger. So I quite easily kill almost all of his horsemen and just push onto his wood line to get as many workers as I can while I go up to medieval. So now that I've hit medieval, I start upgrading all my essential buildings and getting the population upgrade. And as you can see, he's also hit medieval maybe a few seconds before me, and he starts upgrading his workers, which I almost get to take advantage of, but I don't quite get a surround on them, and I only kill a few workers before his horsemen finish my spearmen off. I upgrade my forge, my fishing eco, and some of my workers. Also my warehouses, because I want to get my medieval upgrades nice and quick. You can see how he's lost quite a lot of workers here. Medieval workers. So, he again tries to attack with horsemen, but fails because of my wall. And I sneak 15 pikemen around his territory. As you can see, I'm checking while holding Alt to see his territory where you can see, and going around it to try to get a flank onto the bottom of his base, through the north, sorry. And I'm getting ready some workers to go and get the iron in the middle of the map, because as far as I know at the moment that's the only other source of metal. So I start pushing out to get this copper, and I do spam a few towers around to make sure I don't get attacked. You can see here that I'm staying just outside of his territory so he can't see it, but he would have seen deer running away if he was paying attention there. So I build two or three towers here just so I can hide my workers, and I take out his Bronze Age houses, which as Europe will cost him quite a lot to replace. I think it's about 300 per house to build. And it doesn't really cost me much, a few seconds of attacks from the pikemen. But struggling a little bit on my wood eco here, but he starts trying to build towers to defend himself, and I just run in and get rid of a few of his workers here. He should have probably just hidden his workers inside a tower, but I don't think he knows how to do that. Or it doesn't seem so. I just stand and fight there. I don't expect to win, but I do manage to win that actually, strangely enough. I only lost a few pikemen and he loses his whole army of horsemen. I believe they're unupgraded, that's why I did so well against them there. And I just run around destroying a few more of his houses while he struggles to get me out of his base. At this point I'm pretty confident I've won this match, as unless he breaks through my wall with units I haven't seen, then I'm pretty sure I got it. So I go for his stables, just to stop him producing any more units. Any potentially dangerous units, that is. I also get a few stables of my own and start going up to late medieval so I can make Cossacks to continue raiding his eco just in case he does manage to push me out of here. But he starts building a tower and of course I kill his workers again because he doesn't hide them. I've only got a few pikemen left now, but it's still enough to really damage his economy. I've already killed 5 or 6 workers, with more on the way. Yeah, he does manage to hide his workers, but fills the capacity of the tower and then just carries on running. But he does in the end quit the game, resulting in a win for me and moving up the leaderboard again. So, thank you everyone for watching, enjoy the rest of your day, and goodbye.